A very Jai Hind, dear students. How are you all? I hope you all must be fine. Okay, so today we are going to start a brand new chapter of our main book, Flamingo, and this is chapter number 4. The name of the chapter is The Rat Trap, as you all can see here. Okay, so before starting the chapter, let us quickly read about the author. Author's name is Selma Lagerlof, and she was born in 1858 and she died in 1940. Okay, she was a Swedish writer whose stories have been translated into many languages. A universal theme runs through all of them: a belief that the essential goodness in a human being can be awakened through understanding and love. So the writer, the author Selma Lagerlof, she used to believe in human being's good side. She believes that every human being is having some sort of goodness inside him. Only circumstances and situations make him uh, like to do something wrong. Otherwise, there is a kind of goodness in every human being. So this story is set amidst the mines of Sweden, rich in iron ore. This is the background of the story, the setting plot, which figure large in the history and legends of that country. The story is told somewhat in the manner of a fairy tale. Okay, so now let us begin with our chapter. Okay, so notice these expressions in the text, infer their meaning from the context. So as we will read the chapter line by line, we will infer the meanings of these from the context. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a man. Uh, Before starting the story, let me tell you a little bit of kind of a summary. The Rat Trap is a story about a rat trap seller. Okay, it's a story of a human being, of a man who used to sell rat traps, and he used to lead a very poor life as his earnings are very low. Okay, so he has to resort to the stealing and thievery and begging to make both ends meet. He was all alone in the world and led a miserable life. So he started knitting up various kinds of thoughts. One of these thoughts is of supposing the whole world as a big rat trap. His views are that the world offers us various types of baits in the form of comfort of life. This in return traps us into the rat trap of the world and leads us to various types of miseries. So now let us begin line by line. I will do the explanation. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a man who went around selling small rat traps of wire. Okay. He made them himself at odd moments from the material he got by begging in the stores or at the big farms. But even so, the business was not specially profitable. So he had to resort to both begging and petty thievery to keep body and soul together. Even so, his clothes were in rags, his cheeks were sunken, and hunger gleamed in his eyes. No one can imagine how sad and monotonous life can appear to such a vagabond who plods along the road left to his own meditations. But one day this man had fallen into a line of thought which really seemed to him entertaining. He had naturally been thinking of his rat trap when suddenly he was struck by the idea that the whole world about him, the whole world with its land and seas, its cities and villages, was nothing but a big rat trap. It had never existed for any other purpose than to set bait for people. It offered riches and joys, shelter and food, heat and clothing, exactly as the rat trap offered keys and fork. And as soon as anyone let himself be tempted to touch the bait, it closed in on him, and then everything came to an end. Okay, so now here is the explanation of this part. Odd moments. There is a word odd moments here. Himself at odd moments means a short period of free time. Then there is a word sunken. Sunken means lowered. And gleamed means shone, shining very bright. Okay. So once there was a man, I'm explaining this one from once upon to his eyes. So once there was a man who used to sell small rat traps made of wires. These rat traps were made by him in his free time. He used to collect the material required by begging from stores or big farms. Still, his business was not earning him any profit. Therefore, he had to beg because he was not getting any profit from his business. So he had to beg, or sometimes he had to steal in order to survive. His clothes were old and torn. His cheeks were lowered inside due to malnutrition. गाल उसके एकदम अंदर चले गए थे, पिचके हुए थे. क्यों? Because of malnutrition. And one could easily see the hunger in his eyes. Okay, hunger gleamed means he was very hungry. One could see that he is very hungry by looking into his eyes. Now let us move to the second one. No one can imagine from here. So monotonous, there is a word monotonous. That means boring, same kind of schedule. Okay, every day, same kind of. Then there is a word used vagabond. Please do remember how many adjectives are used for this rat trap seller. So the very first adjective which is used here is vagabond. What is vagabond? Vagabond means wanderer. Vagabond means wanderer. Wanderer means who used to roam here and there just for nothing. Okay. Then there is a word plod. There is a word plod, and plod means just wait. Yes, there is a word plod, and it means to walk very heavily. Okay. Now look at the explanation. See, no one can imagine how sad and monotonous life can appear to such a vagabond. The life of the rat trap seller was very sad and boring. He was leading the same sort of routine every day. He was homeless, okay, who plods along the road. Plods along the road. Why he was plodding along the road? Because he was homeless, okay, because he was homeless. That's why he was plodding. Then, and slowly with heavy feet, he walked along the road, lost in his own thoughts. But one day he got lost in a series of thoughts which he found very interesting. Now, see, what are those thoughts? Let us discuss quickly what are those thoughts in which he was totally, completely lost. Okay. Okay. So, then there is a word used. If you can see a bait, B-A-I-T, bait. What is bait? Have you heard this word earlier, bait? बेट जैसे हिंदी में कांटा बोलते हैं हम लोग, मछली फंसाते हैं तो कांटा होता है ना. So bait is like food placed on a hook to trap a rat. Here it is referred to the comforts of life. Here this bait means comfort of life. This bait means comfort of life. Life. Okay. Here is this bait. So this means comfort of life, which is offered to trap someone. Means firstly to show you some sort of luxury, and once you are into it, then they will trap you in some sort of they will in a circle, and you won't be able to come out of it. Then there is a word tempted. Tempted means convinced. Now what's happening in this paragraph? The man was thinking about the rat trap. Okay, and suddenly a thought came to his mind, because he was preparing rat traps since years, and he was selling them. Every time he used to hang them throughout his body, and he used to sell it in the on the street. So that is why he was just thinking about rat trap, and suddenly a thought came to his mind that the whole world, which includes land, sea, cities, and villages, was similar to a rat trap. He thought that there was no meaning of the existence of this world. It was nothing. This world is nothing but a temptation. एक लालच है, एक तरीके का temptation. Just like cheese and pork, which we offer as bait to catch the rat. So according to him, as soon as someone tries to comfort himself with joy, food, and shelter, he at once gets trapped into this rat trap, which is known as world. So see how he was thinking, because he was a rat trap seller. He thought that the whole world is a rat trap. The world had, of course, never been very kind to him. So it gave him unwanted joy to think ill of it in this way. It became a cherished pastime for his during many dreary ploddings to think of people he knew who had let themselves be caught in the dangerous snare, and of others who were still circling around the bait. So cherished, there is a word cherished. Here it is, cherished. Cherished means to love or to protect. Okay. Dreary means very dull. Ploddings, again walking very heavily, plodding, that is called. And snare means trap. Snare means trap. Now see what's happening in this paragraph. The world, of course, never been very kind to him. No one in the world had ever been kind to this rat trap seller. So he started thinking ill of others. He started thinking uh, wrong about others. He started thinking bad about others. It became a favorite pastime for him to think ill about others. He has made it a favorite pastime. Okay. During dull moments, these thoughts made him happy. When he was very bored now, or he was very sad, so these thoughts made him happy at that time. So he continued with thinking ill of those who were known to him. So whosoever people he knew, he just think bad about them. Okay. He would imagine those people who were already trapped in the rat trap of worldly things, and also those who were about to get trapped in it. Because he was very dissatisfied with this world. He was not having anything, no home, no family, no friends. So he was all alone, and nobody has ever done good to him. So he was kind of very upset, and he used to think very ill about the people he knew. Now move forward. One dark evening, as he was trudging along the road, he caught sight of a little grey cottage by the roadside, and he knocked on the door to ask shelter for the night. Nor was he refused. Instead of the sour faces which ordinarily met him, the owner, who was an old man without wife or child, was happy to get someone to talk to in his loneliness. Immediately, he put the porridge pot on the fire and gave him supper. Then he carved off such a big slice from his tobacco roll that it was enough both for the stranger's pipe and his own. Finally, he got out an old pack of cards and played Majolus with his guest until bedtime. So here there is the very first line there is the word trudging. Trudging again means walking slowly. Plodding means walking heavily and slowly. Trudging means walking slowly. Vagabond means rat trap. So please remember all these words. These words are really useful. If you use these words, it makes your answer look attractive. Okay, that's why I'm saying. Otherwise, I don't have any problem. Fine. So, trudging. I told you the meaning of the word trudging. Then there is the word carved off. Carved off means to divide something into parts. And then majorlis. Majorlis is a game played with playing cards. जो हम cards खेलते हैं उसके साथ जो game खेला जाता है that is known as majorlis. So one evening, what happened? The rat trap seller was walking very slowly. He was trudging, okay, along the road as usual. He saw a little grey cottage which stood by the road. He went up to the cottage and knocked at the door so as to get shelter for the night. Generally, he was not helped by anyone. But this time, generally what happens? If he used to, knock on somebody's door, nobody used to allow him to get into their house or offer him something. But this time, something else happened. What is it? He was welcomed by the old man into his cottage. He was a lonely old man without wife and kids. The old man was happy to get company that night because the person who was residing in that cottage, he was also all alone. He was very old also. He do not have anybody to share anything. So he also got the company of the rat trap seller and he became very happy. So the old man gave him some porridge to eat, okay, and then shared his tobacco with the guest. After this, they both played cards, okay, till bedtime. Now let's see. Okay, I think it is enough for today. Okay, let me see if we can continue with some more or not. Wait.
One dark evening, as he was trudging along the road, he caught sight of a little grey cottage by the roadside, and he knocked on the door to ask shelter for the night. Nor was he refused. Instead of the sour faces which ordinarily met him, the owner, who was an old man without wife or child, was happy to get someone to talk to in his loneliness. Immediately he put the porridge pot on the fire and gave him supper. Then he carved off such a big slice from his tobacco roll that it was enough both for the stranger's pipe and his own. Finally he got out an old pack of cards and played majorlis with his guest until bedtime. So trudging means walking slowly, carved off means to divide something into parts, and majorlis means a game played with playing cards. So one evening the rat trap seller was walking very slowly. He saw a little grey cottage which stood by the road. He went up to the cottage and knocked at the door so as to get shelter for the night. Generally, he was not helped by anyone, but this time he was welcomed by the old man into his cottage. The old man was very lonely without wife and kids. The old man was happy to get company that night. Okay, because he was residing all alone, so he was very happy that, oh, at least I am having somebody with me to talk. So the old man gave him some porridge to eat and then shared his tobacco with the guest. After this, they both played cards till bedtime. So Majolis is a game which is played by cards. Okay, then what happens? So finally he got shelter for that night. The old man was just as generous with his confidences as with his porridge and tobacco. The guest was informed at once that in his days of prosperity, his host had been a crofter at Ramso Iron Works and had worked on the land. Now that he was no longer able to do day labor, it was his cow which supported him. Yes, that Bossy was extraordinary. She could give milk for the creamery every day, and last month he had received all of 30 kroner in payment. So, generous means here liberal. Generous means liberal. Confidences means here secrets. Okay. So prosperity means riches. Crofter. What is crofter? These two words, crofter and colonor, will come in the chapter very regularly. So you should know what does it mean. Okay. So crofter means a person who works on a rented farm, and kronor is the currency of Sweden, right? And then let me explain you what is happening here. The rat trap seller felt that the old man was not only liberal in sharing his porridge but also his secrets, because that old man, he has shared his secrets. He told his secrets also to the to a stranger, to that rat trap seller. So he tells him that he was a rich man. Who told this? The old man, who has given shelter. Na? He told that he was a rich man when he used to work on the rented farms. Rented farms, I told you the meaning, crofter's meaning. He was working on somebody's farm. As he was old now and could not work, so he had to depend upon his cow for his living. Bossy here means cow. Bossy, it is a Latin term, okay? It is a Latin word and it refers, it is used for cow. So he said that now I have to depend on my cow. Uh, the cow gave enough milk every day to be sold in the factory. Creamery means a factory that produces cheese and cream. So he said that my cow gives enough milk to me, and I sell it out in that factory. The old man said that he was able to earn 30 kronors. Kronors means Sweden currency. 30 kronors last month because of the cow's milk. Okay. The stranger must have seemed incredulous, for the old man got up and went to the window, took down a leather pouch which hung on a nail in the very window frame, and picked out 3 wrinkled 10 kroner bills. These he held up before the eyes of his guest, nodding knowingly, and then stuffed them back into the.
The next day both men got up in good season. The crofter was in a hurry to milk his cow, and the other man probably thought he should not stay in bed when the head of the house had gotten up. They left the cottage at the same time. The crofter locked the door and put the key in his pocket. The man with the rat traps said goodbye and thank you, and thereupon each went his own way. So here, in a good season means early enough. That good season means early enough. Okay. So what happened? The old man, he has shown his kronors and everything to the rat trap seller, and next morning, and then they go to sleep. Next morning, both the rat trap seller and the crofter woke up early, as the crofter was in a hurry to milk his cow. Even the rat trap seller felt that, as the owner of the house had awakened, so he should also leave the bed. They both came out of the cottage at the same time. The old man locked the door and went to his work. The rat trap seller also thanked him and went his own way. Okay, so he took a one night shelter in that old man's hut, and then they both next day they both said goodbye to each other, and they both moved on their to their work. But half an hour later, the rat trap peddler stood again before the door. He did not try to get in, however. He only went up to the window, smashed a pane, stuck in his hand, and got hold of the pouch with the 30 kroner. He took the money and thrust it into his own pocket. Then he hung the leather pouch very carefully back in its place and went away. So peddler, I told you, means seller, and smashed here means badly broken. So what happened? See, because he was a thief, okay, he was in a habit of stealing the things. So what he did? After about half an hour, the rat trap seller returned to the cottage and he broke down the window pane where the pouch hung. He took away the money kept in his pocket, put the pouch back at its place, and walked off. So see what he did. That old man, he has given him shelter for a night, he has given him, shared his porridge and tobacco roll with him, but what he did in return, he just came back because he had already seen those 30 kronors of the crofter. So he came back, badly broken his window pane, and he took away the amount from the pouch and he moved away. Okay, so till here we have covered today. Remaining part we are going to cover in another next videos. So take care, have a very good day. Bye bye.